Hi, Alysia here. Thanks for joining me on my channel. It's such a beautiful day outside that I thought I'd try filming out here. So if you hear a dog barking in the background or other nature, we'll just see how this goes. Today I'm going to be talking about trying to get pregnant and all the things that people don't tell you can affect getting pregnant, and how a journey can be different for everyone. So usually when you start getting pregnant or trying to get pregnant, the first thing is you just have to decide, and that decision is a pretty big one. So you make that decision, you get your partner, your spouse on board, and you're excited, you're ready to go. You get all your cute little outfits together, and you plan all these romantic evenings, and it's just going to be fun, and it's going to be amazing, and you're going to make a baby. And you go through your first month, and you try for that test, and it's negative. You're like, oh, I'm still excited. We're still going. First month, that's all right. That was just practice month. We'll go for the next month. And you're still gung-ho. And you go for that test again, and it's a negative. You're like, okay, well, it's a little bit harder than I thought. Well, let's go to month 3. And month 3 comes up, and again, it's a negative. Now you're getting a little bit tired, and you're starting to wonder, and you're starting to worry, and you're starting to doubt. And you're trying to figure out what's going on. So there are a lot of things people don't tell you about pregnancy and fertility and what can affect it. One of the first things people don't really talk about is the fact that age really affects fertility. Women, we're born with all the eggs we will ever have our entire lives. And as we age, those eggs age too, and we really start to run out of them. By the time you reach menopause, you're basically out of usable eggs, and that's around 40. So your most fertile times are in your early to mid 20s. As you reach your 30s, your fertility just kind of tanks. It goes way down, and by the time you reach your 40s, you're again on the precipice of menopause. So a lot of people will say, oh, you're so young, don't worry, you have time. And honestly, like, you got to look at your life as well and consider that everybody's different. Somebody may be able to have a baby later in life, but other people may not. So always keep that in mind. Another thing that they don't really talk about is the effect of birth control on your ability to get pregnant. Chemical birth control and that changes your hormones can have a significant long-term effect on your ability to get pregnant. It can change the way your body naturally functions, and it may take several months for it to get out of your system to where your body's functioning normally to where you can get pregnant. So be aware of that and ask your healthcare provider, how long will it take this to clear out of my system to where I can get pregnant, if that's what you're trying to do. Timing is a big thing that most people don't talk about. Most people don't talk about the fact that really you only have like a 3 to 5 day window during your entire cycle when you might even get pregnant. And so timing is a huge issue. And there are all kinds of trackers and fertility apps out there, so try and find the one that worked well for you. I use the Ava bracelet, which is really easy for me because I just put it on before I sleep, and that it tracks a bunch of different physiological factors and kind of adds them up and gives me like basically a customized report on what my body's doing, and so far it's been pretty accurate. The other thing people don't talk about is the fact that it's not your fault if you're having trouble getting pregnant. In the medical community, they even say, and it take an entire year of trying before you go and ask for fertility help. And for me, I think that's a little bit too long, because again, we're running out of eggs. Every month is eggs that we're losing that we will never get back. And so I think 6 months is more where I'm comfortable, but again, it's everybody's different. But go ahead and advocate for yourself. Your doctors went to school for 4 to 8 years. Maybe they've been practicing a couple of years, but you've lived in your body your entire life, and you're the one that knows you the best. So if you're having trouble, or you think you're having trouble getting pregnant, go ahead and ask those questions. Ask for the test and advocate for yourself, because you never know if you're going to be one of those people that's having trouble with ovarian reserve or hormonal issues, and if you wait too long, then it'll make it harder to treat. On your partner's side, for your spouse, know that trouble getting pregnant is hard on them too. It could be an issue on your side, it could be an issue on their side, and until you go and get that checked, you won't know. But most guys want to give the women in their life what they want, and if you want a baby, I guarantee it's hard on your partner if he feels like he's unable to do that for you. It's mentally stressful, and it's stressful on you because you might start to feel inadequate as a woman, and you might start to feel scared that they might leave you. So I talk about those feelings. Bring them out in the open. Don't leave them behind closed doors. Say, hey, I mean, I know we were trying for this, but it's not happening, and I don't know why, and this is how it makes me feel. And when you're able to do that with each other, instead of fertility issues tearing you apart, it can actually bring you closer together, because then you're working on something together. Statistically speaking, 1 in 8 adult Americans is facing infertility and infertility issues. They'll go through, 1 in 8 is going to go through it in their lifetimes, and 1 in 4 is going to experience a pregnancy or an infant loss. So know absolutely that you're not defective, and that you're not alone, that there are other people out there experiencing the same thing that you're going through. And if you need somebody to talk to, go out there and look for that and find it. And I guarantee there will be somebody or a support group somewhere or an online community where you can reach out and share your story, and other people will share your story with you too. The last thing I want to say is just be kind to yourself on this fertility journey. It may be a short one. It may be a long slog. It may end the way you want it to. It may not end the way you thought it would. But the important thing is for you to take care of you throughout this journey, because you're still a whole and perfect person, whether or not you can have children or not. And you're worthy of love, and you're worthy of respect, and you're worthy of finding happiness in your life, whatever that means for you. So thank you again for joining me. I really appreciate you guys being here. And again, please like and subscribe to my channel. And if there's anything else that I can talk about on here about pregnancy or infertility or infant loss, please let me know. I'm really here for you guys. Thanks again.